I'm Keith,
I'm Logan.
and welcome to Hot Zombie Summer, a Resident Evil review and retrospective podcast where we'll be playing through the main games of Capcom's Resident Evil series in release order.
We'll be talking characters, lore, gameplay, thrills, chills, and everything in between.
Yeah, so please join us, and we encourage you to listen along and play along with us as we go on this journey together. All right, welcome back. We're in Resident Evil Zero. This is Hot Zombie Summer. This is Resident Evil Zero Part 3. Last time we got through the training facilities, last mansion, and we fought the giant bat, which we both hated. And
Yeah.
yeah, so it's all the worst is over, I think. I think the game kind of picks up from here, but we'll get into the laboratory type of area. And
Yeah.
then sewers, our favorite type of
Ugh,
area.
yeah. Yeah. This makes me want to quote the Dark Knight. The night is always darkest before the dawn, and the dawn is
Oh,
coming.
I thought you were gonna say I was born in the in the dark. No,
Oh, quoting
I'm Tom
Bane.
Hardy. Yeah.
I was born in the
Oh.
dark. It's our quoting a white guy, getting it out of the way
We got
early.
out of the way early, yeah. So
It's
yeah.
Bane.
He was one of those guys. He was in every movie released from like 2008 to 2015. And then I feel like he just dropped off the planet. Like I never see him anymore.
Tom Hardy? Are
In
you
Tom
serious?
Hardy? Is he in stuff still? What's he in?
Yeah, yeah. You make it sound
Recently
like he's
and
like
stuff?
dead.
I don't know. I feel like I never hear about it anymore.
He's like, isn't he in like Peaky Blinders shit?
Well, I don't know what that is.
You're like, I'm just unaware.
It
You're like,
doesn't affect me.
I'm not. I actually don't know if he's in Peaky
Yeah.
Blinders because I don't watch it either. Um,
Who's this Tom Hardy film? Yes.
he
Anyway,
was he was in a
R.I.P.
movie
Tom.
called
This
Habit.
episode's dedicated to you.
What's that?
Habit. Okay. I'll
No,
look into it.
Havoc, not Habit.
Oh, Havoc. I thought you said
Yeah,
Habit.
right.
I
Yeah,
thought it was a
you're
movie
like,
with like nuns or something.
yeah, you're like Habit,
Yeah.
the Tom Hardy movie. I'll look into it. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're not gonna find anything.
I thought it was, yeah, Sister Act back in the Habit.
Right, right.
Yeah.
I think of Conan's joke from Clueless Gamer where playing Hitman, one of the Hitman games, and he has to fight assassin nuns, and he said, "Who knew killing nuns could be a bad habit?"
Hey,
Anyway,
that guy. He's so wacky.
yeah, fun guy,
But
fun guy.
yeah. You know what else is wacky? Doing your transitions.
Um,
Having to
having to hook shot.
having a hook shot up to the roof of a church after a bat blows a hole in the ceiling.
That is
And
wild.
realizing that you didn't bring the hook shot with you because why would I assume that? And you're like, fuck, where did I put it? And you open up your map and you look around, you're like, oh, it's by the train. And then you go, you're like, okay, I think I can make it back there. But the observatory has shifted down a level
Yeah,
for some reason.
yeah,
So you're already in caution status from the horrible bat fight you just did. And you walk into like a bridged area, and the monkeys stomach you and kill you. That's also pretty wacky.
yeah. That's a
Which was my
very
experience.
specific, wacky
Yeah.
sequence of events. Yeah, those monkeys, man, they're tough
Monkeys.
customers.
Oh my God, they're awful.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I
Um,
died, had to thankfully I saved after the bad fight, but I had to reload and just open the door and start blasting my what was left of my grenade rounds to get rid of the monkeys,
yeah,
and then go get the hook shot and come back and
yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Then
and
you
the hook
gotta
shot is like gigantic. It's a huge item.
Yeah, it's one
Like,
of the two slaughters.
yeah, but
Yeah.
also like I think it's like physically big
Yes, yeah.
because
Which I've
it.
never used a hook shot in real life. I guess they'd probably be that big.
I mean, if it's like steel cords that are like pulling up an entire person, like yeah,
Yeah. So it's
yeah,
probably more realistic than like the Legend of Zelda hook shot where it's, just like the
it's
size of a
like yeah,
drill.
it fits
Yeah.
in your pocket and
Yeah,
it
if it's in your
supports your
pocket.
body weight. Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
but
Thank God for realistic hook shots.
yeah. That's what makes this game. That's what makes this game great.
Yeah,
But yeah, I was very annoyed. Again, I was just like, can we just have an iron box, please? Why? Why do
right,
I have to walk all
right.
the way back to the hook shot? And so I was already annoyed. And then yeah, you have to hook shot to the roof of the church, go down the ladder at the end, and unlock the kind of garden gate area to get to the next area. Take a elevator down, and now you're in the lab area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to the credit of this area, it is a lab, but it doesn't feel like other labs in Resident Evil. It's not like the sleek nest kind of deal.
No, it feels more like an extension of like a mansion. I like this
Hmm.
area.
Yeah.
Um, and it right away it splits up Billy and Rebecca. And I think this game is at its best when you're just focusing on one character.
Yes.
Yeah, despite the kind of the hook shot, if you will, of this
Mm.
game being the two character system. It's yeah, once you only have to focus on one character, it's so much better.
It is. Yeah, it is. And I mean, I'm trying to think like what are we trying to do at this part of the game? I mean, it's just really escape, but we're just like being funneled through these like ridiculous areas.
Yeah, it's
Um,
kind of being funneled through. So yeah, you have to split up Rebecca and Billy. Somebody has to go. You get to the lab, and there's another hole in the ceiling between the first floor and the second floor.
yeah.
I set Rebecca up right away, so I guess I didn't know it was an option to set Billy up because the
Yeah.
hookshot said something about if the weight is over, I think it's like 80 kilograms or something like that, which seems pretty light. It's 175 pounds. I don't know how much Billy weighs canonically, but
Probably more than that. He's pretty built.
I thought so too. But because you said that you had sent Billy up, right,
I
with the hookshot?
did, and I think that was a bad idea because I wouldn't say maybe soft locked, but I got really stuck because I was like,
Okay.
he can't mix the stuff.
Yeah, you can't mix it. That's the whole
So,
point of going upstairs.
and
So,
then I basically was like, well, how do I get him back downstairs? And I couldn't figure that out. So I actually just reloaded and then sent Rebecca up,
oh, okay.
you
Yeah,
know?
there must be a way to progress, but I don't know how you do it because yeah, with the hook shot, I just assumed that Rebecca was the one that used the hook shot, so I sent her up, which worked out.
Right. And it's like it's not a big deal, but I think like there should just be an option for Billy to just jump down the hole.
Yeah, it's not that far
It's like,
compared to everything else they do. It's like they can
yeah, they
drop
sur
down 10 feet and
right. They survived a
roll.
train crash.
Yeah,
Like,
but yeah.
but yeah. So yeah, I in my notes here I wrote something that's dismissive of this section, but I want to read it anyway. I wrote, maybe the dumbest thing I can imagine right now is mixing chemicals to strip a leech vial to create a blue leech charm that you have to place in a color-coded vial to advance and open a door. I
Well,
don't,
that was all part of Marx's plan because you find his diary
right.
and he says that I've closed my babies up in a special capsule. But it won't be safe if I hold on to it myself. I'll hide it in that place. To hide a leaf, put it in the forest. Just normal stuff you'd write in your diary. There's no
Yeah,
way Spencer's goons could figure it out. And, it's literally have to mix like two chemicals together. So,
right, right. To get
yeah.
like different leech color keys,
Spencer's lackeys, it says. Not, yeah, Spencer's
not
lackeys.
goons.
Yeah, not goons. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
not good. They're lackeys.
They're, we don't know,
Yeah. Maybe
but
that's why they couldn't figure it out. They were too busy.
they were gooning.
Yeah.
They had, yeah, they were just like, I can't focus on anything.
Yeah. So, anyway. But yeah, you split up. There's one person's on the top floor, one person's on the floor. Like I said, I like this area. It's smaller rooms with
Hmm.
a couple enemies in each. The game does use a trick of you'll see a zombie that's quote unquote already dead. They don't come back alive right away, but
Right.
then after a certain amount of time or a certain amount of back and forth to the rooms, they'll come alive. that did trick me once because I was Rebecca upstairs
Hmm.
and Billy was downstairs in the library standing next to the dumbwaiter. This area has the same dumbwaiter that we had in the train. Well, not the same
Yes.
one, but the same
Yeah.
system. I started getting radio messages of
Hmm.
Rebecca, Rebecca, and I thought it was like Enrico trying to get in touch with me. Like I thought it was gonna be a cutscene, and I couldn't figure out how to
Um,
answer. I was like pressing buttons and like opening my menu and trying to find the radio. I was like, oh, that's weird. I wonder what's happening. And then eventually I switched back to Billy and he was just getting eaten by a zombie. He was almost dead. I
that's
was like, oh,
hilarious.
that's right. I completely forgot about that play mechanic that if the characters are separated, one gets attacked. Instead of attacking, they'll radio you for help to let you know to switch back. So
But
that's kind of lame.
yeah, but the AI, like, why wouldn't it just defend itself?
I must have had it set to like just stand there.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
because he didn't defend himself. He just, he
that's
just called for Rebecca and then I went switch back. He was literally being like, had the zombie grabbing and biting him. It was in orange caution. I was like, oh, fuck.
yeah. I mean, that's like
Yeah.
a weird setting, right? It's like, don't you think like survival would override? It's like ammo conservation,
Yeah, you think so. So I don't
but
know. That
you
was
know,
kind of,
yeah.
it all worked out. I was just like, whatever. Shot
It
him. It's like, I'll find some herbs eventually. It'll be fine.
Oh, okay, so he survived. It wasn't game over.
Yeah, he survived. I switched back. So
Okay. I thought you were like it all worked out and I was like, well, it sounds like he died. So,
no, no, no. Yeah.
okay. Okay. Yeah. Um, interestingly enough, in this section, right, like once you progress through the lab, you enter a room that's oh, it's almost like a depot, right? There's like a cable car in it.
Yeah, that's kind of the final part of this area because yeah, you as Rebecca, you find a leech charm that's certain colors. What's the blue one? I think Rebecca finds, but Rebecca has a final leech charm that she sends to
Yep.
Billy, and then
Yep.
Billy has to send one back up to Rebecca. It's kind of
Right.
the game.
Right.
And there's you find the leech growth records from Marcus as well,
Hmm.
and that's
Yeah.
another part of a puzzle. It's like another math puzzle where certain numbers are highlighted, so you have to do some light math about, I administered the T virus into four leeches, then they doubled their numbers, and I lost half of them. So you just have to kind of, it's like a word problem that you'd solve in a standardized test in, junior high,
If I was a math teacher, I would make all the puzzles Resident Evil based.
Resident Evil based, yeah.
Yeah, all the word problems. I'd just be
Yeah.
like Wesker needs new sunglasses. Like he got a 10% discount and he had a $50 off coupon.
Yeah. The
How
ecliptic,
expensive were the glasses?
the ecliptic express is traveling westbound at 50 miles an hour, and the trolley from Resident Evil 3 is traveling eastbound at 60 miles an hour, and where will they meet on this track? So
Yeah, that's funny because both of the questions we put together, there like is no way to answer those.
well, that was always an option, right? On the test. Option D, there's not enough information.
Really?
That was some of them. Do you
Hmm.
not, right?
I
Am I
don't
imagining
I don't
this?
recall that. I recall just having to produce the answer.
Oh, well, like the Scantron test,
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
that was
yeah.
sometimes a thing. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, yeah.
But we do have this cable car, which a cable car, like that's also really common in Resident Evil. Cable cars, trolleys.
Yeah, they like their train-based, rail-based systems. They're a fan of
Yeah,
that.
which I appreciate.
Yeah, I do too. Good
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah.
Good for Umbrella.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Supporting rail.
Yeah. But yeah, this is the next big kind of plot point of the game after you get through this laboratory area. You get to the cable car, and then there's a cutscene where Billy gets attacked by a monkey and he falls over the railing into the gross sewer water. And then that kind of splits him up, and then you're kind of on your own as Rebecca for a while. I think you have to kill what, two more leech zombies? Or maybe just one. Some leech zombies bust out. You have to kill them.
Yeah. I mean, I just
You
run
start the
past
train
them.
again.
I don't kill them.
Oh, I threw balls of cocktails at them
Yeah.
and
I
burned
was
them.
just, it just takes just an inordinate amount of of ammo or Molotovs.
It does, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're tough. They're very tanky. Very
Yeah.
tanky enemies.
Yeah.
And you get the Magnum in the train.
That's right. You do,
Yep.
which is signaling that you probably need to use it soon.
Yeah, it's giving you before a big boss fight, it's giving you a nice weapon to have. And then you get in the trolley, it takes you over to the Resident Evil 2 area of this game. So you're in
Um,
you're in like the kind of the same the factory from Resident
oh
Evil 2.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. But
And
it's
it's
not
kind
the
of weird because
same
there's
factory, right?
well, it's kind of weird because there's already like zombies here. So it's like how big was this outbreak?
Yeah, that is a really kind of that's a good point, and it's really messy in this game. It's like, well, how did where was the outbreak? Like, where was it happening? Was it all part of the same outbreak and then it spread, or yeah, it's a little unclear to me.
Yeah. Was this like a fourth outbreak or I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But but yeah, you're in kind of a factory sewer type of area with just you're just Rebecca right now. So the idea is that you're going to be looking for Billy.
right.
But before you find Billy, you find another old friend,
Enrico Mario.
Enrico Mario. Just comes on the elevator and you have surprisingly little to say to each other. Like
Right. Like he,
Enrico shows up and he's just like he mentions he has others with him. I mean, I guess the other stars, but he doesn't like specifically say their names or anything or why
right,
they split up or what they're trying to do. And then he asked Rebecca to come with him, and Rebecca says that she has to find Billy.
right.
And he's just like, "Oh, all right, good luck." It's,
Yeah, and he like
yeah,
takes the opportunity to disparage Billy some more. He says, "Billy, that criminal, don't worry, he
criminal.
won't make it."
Yeah. Yeah, I guess he's interpreting that Rebecca's gonna try to find him and arrest him, I guess is how
I guess, but
maybe he's
like
interpreting it, but
that's a totally wacko interpretation, not yours, but like Enrico's, because it's like the mission is just survive, right?
yeah.
Get out of there. It's like and like wouldn't if he was
Yeah,
like,
why would
"Hey,
they stay together?
yeah," like wouldn't he be like, you should not worry about that and you should be trying to escape with me,
Yeah.
like your squad leader.
Yeah, but he mentioned the second mansion and that he's gonna go there. So I guess that's kind of their
Right.
uh idea for why Rebecca does what she does at the end of the game. And then there's a weird voiceover where the future Rebecca has a voiceover and just it sadly says, "I never saw him again," with like touching music in the background. And that's bizarre too, because like
Yeah.
it just temporally skips ahead to I don't know
Yeah.
an
Yeah.
indeterminate amount of time in the future. Like I don't know, it's yeah, it's a weird choices.
Because we don't really get future Rebecca narrating anything, right? By
No,
my
this is
count.
yeah.
It's like they just needed to pour one out for Enrico, who like is weirdly characterized in this game.
Yeah, I don't yeah. It's a weird line. I don't know why they felt the need to include that. Because if we played RE remake, we know that he died. So of
Right.
course never saw him again.
Right.
But I don't know.
Right.
It's strange.
Yeah, it feels like they're trying to create connective tissue between Zero and the remake, but in like the least significant way.
Yeah. And very like retconny.
Hmm.
Yeah, where
Hmm.
it's not. Yeah, it's we'll talk about it more in wrap up, but about why these the RE1 and RE0 don't articulate with each other very gracefully. Uh,
No, no, they really don't, which is weird because like the whole thing was like, let's shift onto the GameCube and create cohesion.
yeah. But then we're just gonna throw this weird like lore wrench into everything. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
very bizarre.
Yeah.
Um, and then you know at this point you meet another old friend. So you met Enrico,
Hmm.
and now you're gonna meet the tyrant.
Tyrant Luigi?
Yeah, he has a little green cap on. Um, no, you have the tyrant who's been this boss has been in like they must have thought they had a real win with the tyrant, and they kind of did. I mean, it's a cool boss, but like. Do we
Come
need the
on.
Tyrant in 6 games in a row? Every game has had some version
Wait,
of the
is
Tyrant.
that? Yeah, okay, so Nemesis was a tyrant.
Yeah, because we haven't won.
Um,
Mr. X was a Tyrant. Nemesis was a Tyrant. He's
yeah.
in Veronica. he's in Remake, obviously. So yeah, it's like every
God,
Resident Evil game has
that's
had
nuts.
some form of a tyrant.
I
That's
don't,
like, oh my God, can we do something else?
yeah, that's really interesting because I didn't think about that until you framed it like that. And it's like, can you think of like a game that would use the same boss 6 times in a row? That's
Yeah,
absurd.
yeah. And
Like,
he's
I don't even think Mario does that with Bowser.
yes, I was gonna
Well,
say Bowser, but yeah. I mean, I guess Tyrant, he kind of like he gets downgraded where he's not the final boss for some of the games. Like he's not the
yeah,
final boss in Veronica or this game, but he's still there. I guess they made a
yeah,
lot of them. They gotta get their
yeah.
uses out of them.
I guess like in Mario, just to like in all fairness to Mario, Bowser is like represented differently, right? Like it's like he's on a ship or like he's in a different, you fight him differently. The tyrant fights are pretty similar,
Yeah, Tyrant fights are all the same.
right? It's not
They
like
they should have really gone crazy, and you have to like knock the Tyrant down, then grab his legs and swing him around in
that would
this one.
be
Yeah.
and then he says, "So long, Bowser."
I was gonna say, yeah, so long, gay tyrant. But this is also not a very good tyrant fight, I don't think. You're just in
No.
this little arena, um like a shutter goes down. It locks you in this small little area. So you just have to run. It's like the least interesting version of the Resident Evil boss fight that we've done a million times, where you just have to run corner to corner and pick your spots to shoot him. I just used to make him. I shot him like 6 times and he was dead.
Okay.
So I
Yeah,
didn't have a
I
hard time with it. It was just kind of like, all right.
it it was really difficult for me. I mean, this took at least 6 times for me,
Oh, okay.
because like you said, it's a small arena. His like run and jump attack felt like pretty undodgeable. I didn't know how to escape that. So I just had to absorb the damage.
Yeah, I definitely got hit, but I think I had a decent amount of healing items at this point.
Yeah.
This is another the we mentioned the difficulty in this one earlier. I feel like the difficulty curve is longer. Like it stays difficult for longer than the other games.
Yeah.
But by this
Yeah.
point, at least for me, I'd hit a point where I had a nice amount of ammo and a nice amount of weapons where I feel like I could hold my own more so than I did in the training facility.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so I had, decent amount of healing items and was able to get through it. But
Yeah. Yeah. I think I also just wasn't prepared for this fight. It didn't feel as telegraphed. Um,
no, it doesn't. And I left some because you have to go get a key here. And with this goofy inventory system, I like to pick up the key, I had to leave. I forget if it was grenade rounds or I left something that I want to come back for, but that locked me out of it. So I was kind of annoyed.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I have a kind of story slash narrative question here. Like, who released the tyrant?
yeah, it's really not clear. I guess Leech Marcus did, maybe. Because he
I
unleashed the
guess.
monkeys on us
Yeah.
to
But I'm
release
like,
the
how?
tyrant, but there's no like cutscene or anything out that at least unless I'm forgetting something, there's no cutscene where he's
No. We
this will
see,
get her.
yeah, we see earlier, we see like the tyrant on a grainy display in fluid and
That's
suspension.
right, yeah.
But then it just emerges like through the rubble in the factory area. So I'm like, would Leech Marcus have been able to release the tyrant? Like, would he have had the codes for that?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was a dead tyrant the leeches got to him and reanimated him.
That would have been, I think that would have been a great idea to have like a leech
Yeah,
tyrant.
yeah, but that's headcanon though, because you don't see that. But
Right,
maybe I don't know.
right.
I don't know what we're supposed to think. Maybe
Yeah,
he just emerges
yeah.
and
I
you
mean,
kill
it's
him.
not like a crucial plot point, but I think I was just like,
Yeah,
who's doing
where did this come
this?
from?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, which is narratively tough part of this game is why is any of this happening?
Right, right.
Yeah, and who cares?
Um,
But yeah, you get into you can do the same elevator that Enrico got out of. And this elevator exists exclusively for backtracking purposes. So
mhm.
this will connect you to the areas that you've been before. So it can take you back to the training facility. It can take you to this factory. It can take you to another random hallway where you can kill a hunter and get some more ammo.
Yep.
And it's solving the problem of, oh, I left a bunch of stuff in places where I'm
Yes.
now locked out of.
Yeah,
But again,
which
it's a problem that the game uh, makes for itself and then feels the need to solve. instead of just giving us item boxes. So
Right,
I don't know.
right. I do appreciate that they built in that elevator because I would have been unhappy if they didn't. I'd be like, "Whoa, I just left a bunch of shit
Yeah,
elsewhere."
it does make it easier to get around, but I did spend about 15 minutes just running around and gathering my items and putting them in more convenient places. It wasn't the most thrilling gameplay in the world, but it's like yeah, I just gotta do it. So yeah,
Yeah. Don't you think like I mean with like I assume this game was like tested like with focus groups or something like that. Like don't you think people would have like been like I don't like running around and like dropping like I have to literally just run around
yeah,
and carry items.
that's what puzzles me. I could see having this idea, but yeah, did they not? I mean, yeah, it was obviously play tested, so did no one bring this up, or were they just so committed to
Maybe.
yeah, this is what we're doing now. This is how we're gonna differentiate this game, and it's gonna
Yeah.
work. I don't know.
Yeah.
And maybe it's me. Maybe it's me just being too persnickety about wanting to have all my items in one spot and not being willing to leave items behind. I mean, we talked about that with even like the
Sure.
last game that we're like maybe more so than other people very into like, oh, I don't want to leave this. I might need this
Sure.
later. And yeah, so maybe it is a me thing, but I personally found it annoying that I had to run around and gather up my items to save them for later. But
Yeah.
yeah,
It'd be like if I, not to belabor the point, but I am belaboring the point. It'd be like if I needed to like I needed to put all like the items on my desk, like not to take them to like the other side of the house where like my garage is, but like I need to put them all in the living room.
yeah,
And then I can go drop them, get them from the living room and then take them to the garage. You know, it's like,
yeah.
why would I
But
do
you can
that?
only carry like two at a time.
Right,
So
right. It's like whatever you can stuff in your pockets. And it's
yeah,
like,
yeah, nothing
fuck,
else. Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And there's a loading screen between the living room and yeah. So
Yeah. Yeah.
but
But there is a positive that comes out of this area, which is we find Billy.
yeah, we find Billy again. So
Yeah.
he's kind of in this sewer river clinging to a rock at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which how
But
did
then
he
he
survive that?
yeah, it seems pretty not great for him. But yeah, he seems like he's okay. But then this part where he gets sucked into the drain. Yeah, because there's some part where he like you see him, but then he gets like knocked loose again. It gets sucked into
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
drain.
You
Yeah.
find him, he's okay, but then he's sucked down even further by the current, and then you have to go
Yeah.
deeper to restore power to the dam.
That, yeah, yeah. So it kind
Right.
of lets you know that Billy's still alive, so he's still the motivation of trying to find him. So, but yeah, you find there's a control room you find that has like a power grid puzzle. I kind of like this. I thought it was fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I liked it.
Yeah, you basically have to find. There's a bunch of nodes. You have to find the shortest route between the nodes is the point of the puzzle. So it's yeah, it takes it's a good puzzle where there's a little bit of challenge, but it's not frustrating. So I liked it for that reason.
Yeah, yeah, I thought it was fun. And this is like really kind of like the final area of the game, right?
Yes.
The treatment facility,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
basically a
We're into
sewer.
the kind of last kind of maybe hour or so of the game. But yeah, you do eventually you reunite with Billy. You find him and he coughs and like people always do when they're should have been drowned in any sort of fiction where
Right.
they appear to be dead and then you're like no and then they just go oh hey I'm better. He
Right,
just
right.
yeah coughs some water and he's fine.
He's okay.
Yeah, he's fine. He doesn't have hyperthermia or anything.
Nope, nope.
Yeah.
He's not even
And
shriveled.
there's no significant shrinkage for Billy or
Yeah,
Henry.
I didn't okay, I didn't mean his penis. I just meant
Oh,
like
okay.
I just meant
But like his
like his
hands were like
skin. Yeah,
pruny.
like from
Oh,
being
okay.
in water. Like we
I thought you were making a dick joke. Like, yeah, he's got the same big hog he always had. Uh, but anyway, you reunite with Billy as Big Hog, and then there's this another strange cutscene where you see a bunch of like skeletons and bones,
Yeah.
and it
I
sort of
don't
played like this reveal, like, oh man,
yeah,
what was Umbrella up to here? And it's like, well, we've already kind of seen what
right.
they're up to. It's not like, yeah, at this point, seeing like a bunch of dead bodies, it's like, well, yeah, it's not super shocking. I
Not
don't know.
really. It's like
Yeah.
vague experimentation, but they don't really explain or contextualize it. They're just like, "Ooh, this is bad." And it's like, "No shit." Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I don't need you to. Yeah, I know Umbrella's evil at this point. You don't need to belabor the point.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, this area is I don't know. Wasn't super thrilled with it. You're kind
No.
of there's more pushing puzzles with trying to get in the boiler room. We have to arrange the crates, then fill the room with water, which I feel like we've done that before too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to get a battery for a forklift to then operate the forklift because there's an ID card up there on the ledge that we can't reach otherwise, which is just like it's such a video game logic thing, right?
Yeah, very like adventure game logic where yeah, like why? And it's I mean, I guess every RE game is like this where yeah, you have to walk around and find you find a locked door and then later you find the key card or you find the empty battery uh slot and you have to find the battery. But I feel like I see the wires on this one more so than I did with
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Spencer Mansion or the even like RE2. Um So yeah, there's lots of running around backtracking and then area is just kind of confusing too. I got lost a lot here and was kind of wandering around wondering what I was supposed to do. I don't know about you, but this I felt like this was taking me a little bit longer than it needed to just because I lost track of where I was supposed to
It,
be.
yeah, it is a little more confusing than it needs to be. It feels a little unnecessarily confusing. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I think like uh seasoned listeners of the podcast will know that we're not a huge fan of sewer levels, and I think like this one is no exception. It's
Yeah.
fine. It's just like, but why do we need to play a sewer in like most games?
Yeah. No, it didn't change my opinion on sewer levels. I don't not in love with it. Um there is another a new enemy that emerges here. Uh
Is it the one I'm
the
thinking of?
the giant frog enemy. Which I think we
Oh my
alluded to
God.
earlier. It's very like I distinctly remember seeing a preview of this game and they had like the screenshots and one of the screenshots was Rebecca standing there and there was like a giant frog next to her. And even when I was probably like 13 or 14 when I was looking at this, and even then thinking like, oh, this game looks bad. It's really a giant frog, like what?
Right, right. It's like we
But
already have hunters and they're like
yeah,
aggressive
they're already battle
frogs.
toads. Yeah.
Yeah, like
This is
but
literally just like an upsized frog, and
yeah, it's like a giant bullfrog.
yeah, and it uses long tongue to eat you, and one shots you, so that's annoying too.
Yeah, it really is. Like I didn't successfully kill it and it just like dragged Billy across the
Yeah,
entire room and then like ate him whole.
it just eats you whole. It was a funny, like I legitimately LOL'd when that
Oh, I did
happened,
too.
but I
Yeah,
was
I was
also
like,
like, all right, fuck this part. I'm just gonna run through as quick as I can, because yeah, I
yeah,
didn't bother killing
yeah.
it. I just ran away.
I feel like they were probably like Capcom, the game directors and developers were like, we made this frog, we have to put it somewhere.
Yeah, we might as well use it. Yeah,
They're
otherwise
like,
it's all gonna do.
I guess,
Yeah,
because
so
it's the only one we encounter in the entire game.
yeah. Or it was all like one person was doing. And it's like, yeah, Dave worked really hard on this frog. We should put
Yeah.
it in. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a good guy.
They're like, can we put it? He's like, can we have the frog in the training facility? And they're like, that doesn't make sense. They're like, can we
Yeah.
have it like in the trolley car? And he's like, they're like, no, they're
Yeah.
like, I guess the dam, okay, like I guess the
All
sewer.
right, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
Here's
get the
your fucking
frog.
frog.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. But then like so this is like really, really close to like the end of the game. And I feel like the game does such a like it's so weird narratively. It does like a huge exposition dump, like right at the end.
Yes, yeah, it really does in a way that feels very like a little sweaty, you know?
Sweaty?
Yeah, like they're like it feels like they're nervous that like,
Oh, okay.
oh, we need to like explain why we need to make sure that people don't miss the point of this game. So yeah, you get like this Marcus voiceover where he goes on and on about how he's like was betrayed by Umbrella, and
Yeah.
you see like the flashback of Wesker and Birkin coordinating his assassination, and
Yeah. Yeah. Which, I mean, I do think that, yeah, it feels like they really feels like Capcom felt like they needed to spell it out. But in some ways they kind of did, right? Because it was like who I mean, at this point, I don't know if you can remember the first time you played this, but were you like, I know that this is a leech monster that absorbed, you know, uh Marcus's memories. Like that wasn't obvious to me.
No, it really wasn't. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of thought more that it was literally like Marcus's corpse that was
Right.
reanimated.
Right. Which I was
But
like, that would make more, that seems
yeah,
cleaner to me.
which I guess it kind of is, but it's like this weird like merging of the two. I don't know. It's bizarre. But
Yeah.
there's also a you find an investigator's report in this area, and it's not clear who wrote it, but it is again just a big exposition dump about Dr. Marcus.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, like I literally started with Dr. Marcus, the co-founder with President Spencer of the Umbrella Corporation. He disappeared 20 years ago. And it's like, okay, thanks for level setting with us.
Right. Right.
Yeah, it talks about his obsession with the leeches and the T-virus prototype progenitor. They experimented on company employees as guinea pigs. Where the doctor is now, I don't know. But considering the rapid growth of the Umbrella Corporation, I can't help but think that his research is continuing. All right.
Yeah.
His experiment lives and continues to grow in the dark. These things, the fruit of his research, they fill this facility. The rest of the notebook pages are missing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That feels unnecessary to me.
Yeah. Yeah, again, it feels like they wanted to make sure we understood what was happening in this game,
Yeah.
which I did, but just it's not that interesting. So
Right. Right. I mean, and I think maybe we can narrate like both the exposition that's happening and then kind of commentary, provide commentary on it. I mean, like, right, like after Marcus is killed, they dump him in the sewer. And then the narration, Leech Marcus says something wondrous happened,
yes.
which a leech went down his body's throat. So,
Yeah.
I
How
guess that's
wondrous.
one,
Yeah.
how wondrous.
Yeah.
I guess you could say that. God, that would suck so much if a leech went down your throat, right?
It wouldn't be great,
I mean, because it
but
would also leach you from the inside out. So you'd have like a ton of internal bleeding.
yeah, well, I don't know. I mean,
You seem pretty okay with that,
yeah.
surprisingly.
I this game has made me pro Leech.
Hmm,
Yeah. So
like,
because I'll jump into this now.
all right,
I'm a both sides type of guy. You know that
of,
about me.
of both sides.
Both sides. I want to understand your perspective.
Okay,
But when
you're
you got
like,
an evil guy like Marcus who's really into leeches, I'm like, maybe they're not so bad. I want to look
okay,
into it and see what he likes about leeches. So I did some research and I have some leech fun facts for you. And my conclusion was leeches aren't that bad.
okay. I mean, like,
Yeah.
you mean like morally or like what?
Yeah, just in general. Because like leech isn't your favorite animal, right? Like if
Well,
you made a list of all
no,
your favorite animals, leech would probably be near the bottom for most people. I remember being very concerned about leeches when I was a child.
I was too. Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
eek, like they will bleed you.
Yeah, they're kind of creepy, but
Yeah.
they are a type of worm. We mentioned this earlier, but they're hermaphrodites, but they do reproduce sexually.
Mm,
They're mostly found in fresh water. There's over 700 separate species of leeches.
wow. Okay.
So the thing you can thank a leech for is that they secrete a chemical called uridine
Mm,
that prevents blood clotting, so allows them to
okay.
feed. But scientists have actually used this to develop anticoagulants.
Oh, yeah, that's very useful.
So they've helped us.
Yeah.
These next two things will make you not like leeches. They can range from half an inch long to 12 inches long. Can you imagine seeing a 12-inch
Mm,
leech?
I don't
That would
love
be
that.
pleasant.
Yeah.
This part really skeeved me out. The idea of like a bunch of animals in one place crawling all over each other always creeped me out.
Oh, like the rats, like the rat kind
Oh
of.
my God, yeah,
Yeah.
like the king rat, where the rats all like get tangled up together
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
snakes get tangled up together. Yeah, that really like skeeves me out. But some biologists they found the greatest density of leeches, and it was 10,000 per square meter.
Whoa.
So they just lift up this
Whoa.
rock, and there was just thousands and thousands of leeches
And
underneath it crawling all over each other. Which I would probably kill myself if that happened to me. It's like I'm done
Like
with the world.
if you just saw it?
Yeah, if I saw it, I'd be like, I'm
Oh,
done.
okay. Okay.
I'm giving
I
up.
thought I was like, if are you under the rock in this
Oh no,
situation?
no. Just yeah. Maybe I gouge my eyes out, make
Okay.
a compromise. But
Also, as you know, the rock was in Illinois.
The Rock was in Illinois. Yeah. So
Yeah. Shout
so
out Illinois.
congrats to Illinois. Maybe
Yeah.
it was in Champaign. Who knows?
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. But mo most leeches, they suck blood, like you said, but they're not harmful, most of them,
Yeah.
which is always my impression. I was like, once a leech is on you, you just, they'll just keep sucking until you're dry. They'll suck you dry,
Uh,
so to speak.
so wait, you thought the leech would suck all the blood out of your body?
Maybe not literally, but I literally, like, I did think that, like, if a leech got onto you, it was like emergency, and
Oh,
yeah, you might like get sick or something,
yeah,
but that's
probably
not really
not.
true. It's, they're mostly not harmful. Most of them will simply drop off when they finish feeding. Uh, Small percentage of people are allergic to leeches, but there's
Hmm.
only a few documented cases of a leech transmitting a pathogen to a human.
Hmm. Okay.
So that's good. So
Okay.
yeah, they kind of just do their own thing. And they don't all suck blood. There's some that prey on small insects and their larvae. So some are,
Hmm.
carnivorous in that sense. Unlike the leech queen, they don't explode if they're put in sunlight, but maybe do
Hmm.
avoid sunlight.
Okay. Yeah.
And mainly in a cultural context, we know leeches because people use leeches for bloodletting.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was something it's kind of interesting because it's like, how did people come up with this? Because it's something that was came up with in multiple different cultures over multiple times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
like people were like, let's put these worms
yeah.
like on our bodies.
Yeah. So this was recorded as a medical treatment dating back to like 3,500 years ago in Egypt. So like 1500 BC in Egypt, they were doing this. And it was found separately in like Greek sources, Indian sources, and Chinese sources.
Interesting. Do you
Yeah,
think
that's kind of interesting.
all of these cultures, like, do you think that they just like put a lot of animals on them? They're like, let's put a fish on me. Let's
Yeah,
put,
maybe there's like
a turtle on
experimenting.
me.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, this
Yeah.
one did something.
Or I guess maybe it did spread. I mean, these were cultures that were, somewhat in contact with each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I find anything about like native indigenous populations in like the Americas using it. So
Hmm.
yeah, I
That's
don't know.
interesting. Hmm.
Yeah. So
Also, like thorough research.
yeah. But yeah, it was controversial for basically the whole time it was practiced, or much of the time it was practiced. So there was a scientific inquiry in 1628. So that was a long time ago.
Whew. Yeah.
But that already showed that it was ineffective. And then there was
Hmm.
another series of studies in the 1830s that showed that was, at best ineffective and at worst harmful. But the practice did continue until the late 19th century in terms of using leeches for bloodletting and just bloodletting in general.
Yeah, and I guess like maybe I'm not super clear. I mean, on what bloodletting is supposed to do. I mean, doesn't that rely on a theory that like your blood is like I'm thinking of Galen and the humors, like your blood
Yeah, it was
is
like balancing the humors. Yeah, there's
yeah.
if you're sick, it's because there's some sort of imbalance in you. There's so they gotta take some blood out to balance you out.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, so you've inspired me. Like Nathan Fielder, when with the hero, Corey Calderwood, when he was like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it's like that. He's like, I want to inspire you. You've inspired me, and now I'm looking up leech therapy is still a thing.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I guess that's not
And
surprising because everything's a thing. People do all sorts of dumb shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
leech therapy, apparently you apply leeches to a wound to increase circulation and improve blood flow.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Kind of like
Um,
cupping. That's a thing.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you received cupping?
I have not received cupping. No, I'm unclear about. I don't know. I'm always of two minds, and you'll probably be more. Trying to think how I'll say this. My apologies. I maybe will have sounded a little closed-minded about this. I've always kind of thought I was like kind of like, it just seems like it doesn't work.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think it depends on what you're trying to do. Like, you're talking about like on
Like
muscle.
muscle soreness and like physical therapy. Like the idea is it's increasing blood flow to those muscles and making them heal faster. Is that the idea? Or am I about that?
My understanding is, and again, like I think I would want to look at like the science and see if this is actually borne out, but like it's the suction is separating like the adhesions and like the fascia that kind of
Oh,
wrap
okay.
your muscles. So it kind of pulls those layers apart, which can increase circulation. So like in a manner of speaking, right? But like
Okay.
I think sometimes people look at the cup marks, right, which are called petechiae, and they're like, oh, like, it's bringing toxins to the surface. And I don't think that's true.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
not, it's like, oh, it's red because it's bad blood. It's like, that's not, I
Oh,
think,
okay.
borne out.
Yeah, the first time I saw someone with cupping marks on them, not like in real life, but like an athlete, and I was very confused. I thought it was like a tattoo or something. I was like,
Yeah.
what is
Yeah.
that? Because they're so perfectly circular. It's like, well, it's not a bruise, obviously, and then
Right.
later I learned that it was a cupping thing because
Yeah.
like 10 years ago or so they first started kind of.
Um,
I know it's probably
maybe
been
like,
around long. That's the first time I kind
yeah.
of saw it. And
Yeah. I don't think I was super familiar with it until I went to massage therapy school.
okay.
But yeah, I think I have cupping marks right now still
Oh,
this week. They
well,
probably
what'd you
shouldn't
think
be
of it?
there. What's that?
Well, what'd you think of it?
I received it before. I'm kind of agnostic. The MT I went to see who I was working with suggested it as a manner of like working around like the IT band, which was tense, which is always tense. That's just what it's designed to do.
Yeah.
Um, she knew what she was doing more with it in massage therapy school. Sometimes people didn't, and like, I mean, I had like these big ass cut marks
Ooh.
for like 2 weeks.
Oh, oof.
And it's like you left it on way too long and it was
Oh,
way too tight. It's just like all like I remember I was just getting changed and Nikki's like, your back is like, yeah. And I was like, oh, right. Yeah. It was just like all up and down, just
oh.
like
Did
circle,
it
circle,
hurt? Like,
circle.
could you notice it, or it was just more when you saw it, you're like, oh, damn.
It doesn't hurt, but it doesn't look great,
Okay.
and I think in that case, I do think that there was bruising.
There was bruising. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. I
it's
guess
like,
I started seeing it on like Japanese pro wrestlers maybe
oh,
like 10
okay.
years
Yeah.
ago. Yeah, it was kind of popular over there where people were doing it. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. But
Yeah. I bet the tyrant receives cupping.
yeah, tire bodies. Yeah.
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 That's why he gets up. He's looking for, he's like, where's my, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
I do have one more Leech related thing to say.
sure.
And I know I mentioned it to you previously, but how cool would it have been if Kathy Earnshaw from Wuthering Heights was a secret Leech boss in this game?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I was gonna say because you had mentioned something about Marco Robbie. I was very
Right.
confused. Yeah.
Right, right, right. Yeah.
Uh,
For those who may not get the reference, we're referencing Emerald Fennell's Wuthering Heights, in which
yeah.
there's a
A
scene,
masterpiece.
yeah, something like that. There's a scene where Margot Robbie's character, Kathy Earnshaw, is like getting leeched, but like there's like a bunch of them, and they're all on the wall.
Yeah, that was weird. Well, because
Yeah,
the
it's
wall
like
is like her skin or whatever. It's very like, yeah,
right, but like, was that actually happening or no?
yeah. I don't know
I don't know.
exactly. Yeah,
I don't know. Anyway.
yeah. Who knows what happened in that movie?
You're like, we literally don't know. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
undetermined. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
But speaking, I mean, she's
yeah.
the true Queen Leech, but we do fight the actual
We fight the
Queen Leech.
actual Queen Leech, which is not a thing in nature. There's no. It's not like an ant or a bee.
Right,
There's no
right.
Queen. But Billy is like, it's the queen, which I guess Marcus referred to as a queen. So Billy just took him at his word. I don't
Yeah, I
know. Yeah.
guess. I guess.
Yeah. Billy
Um,
seems highly suggestible.
yeah, yeah. And so, yeah, I feel like, right, you have a diagonal lift out of the facility with the Leech Queen chasing you, which feels directly from Resident Evil 2, like
Yeah. And
directly.
this is basically the Marcus we've been interacting with. He's now been like taken over by the Queen Leech.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So and turned
Um,
into a giant monster in Resident Evil tradition.
yeah, and I don't mind this fight, I don't
Something
mind
different.
it. Yeah, it's like you have to open the windows, the like giant skylight windows.
Yeah. You notice that sunlight hurts it. So yeah, you have to very Zelda-esque, you have to distract the leech as Billy. He's gonna distract her with his charms, he says. and then Rebecca has to go like turn the cranks to open the shutters to shine light at
Right.
it, and that's how you kill it.
Right. Which this feels, I mean, just kind of jumping ahead like 20 plus years, like the fight with the girl in nine, it
Yeah, it
feels
is
like
kind
this
of.
is just,
Mhm.
it's definitely a callback slash,
Sort of idea.
yeah, you open the light and you dissolve the monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sunlight's the best
Um,
disinfectant, they say, which that's not true.
no, it's really
Yeah,
not.
that's like a saying, a thing people say, but it's like, well, we're gonna
Yeah. Yeah.
lie. Yeah, so in
Um,
multiple ways,
yeah.
both as a metaphor and literally, it's not true. I don't think.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't think
let's see.
that's true. Um, what did you think of Billy's uh kind of I was gonna say tagline, his like cheesy one-liner.
I rewatched this today, and what did he say? He says, "Eat this." Is that
He
what he
says,
says?
"Hey Queenie, feast
Hey,
on
Queen,
this."
feast on this. That's yeah. But yeah, he has his standard action movie catch line, and then you defeat the Queen Leech, and then you get the ending cinema where the
Well, the
mansion
facility,
explodes
yeah, of course.
because I guess Birkin did that, right? He
Yeah.
rigged up to explode. Um,
And it's weird that
yeah,
Stars didn't hear that.
yeah. No one seems to hear this or talk about the second mansion or ever find it, and
Yeah. Yeah.
just off to the wind. And then
Yeah. Well, and then I find, I mean, the game obviously has to set up Rebecca going to the Spencer mansion, but it's very weird that she's like, I think I'm gonna check out that mansion Enrico was talking about.
yeah,
Like after all of this, like she's like, I'm gonna go over there.
yeah. She's not like, oh, let's go get medical attention or let's
Right.
go
Or
alert
yeah.
the authorities or get help or anything. She's just like, yeah, it's done. Like a lot of the early Resident Evil games, it all takes place in one night.
Yep.
And then Billy gets his handcuffs off fine, somehow.
Right.
And then Rebecca just kind of lets him go.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
like, well, I'll tell her when you died. Thanks, Billy.
Yep. And he
And again, she
he
doesn't even know that he didn't kill people. Like he
right.
never,
Right.
I don't know. He's yeah, not even a pinky swear. It'd be like, promise you don't kill anyone. He's just like, see ya. And yeah.
Yeah. And then Billy says, "Thank you, Rebecca." And then she walks away and he just thumbs ups her.
Yeah, it gives her a thumbs up. And she salutes him too, right? She's like,
Yeah.
Lieutenant Cohen. Yeah.
That's fucking weird. I don't know. This is weird behavior, right?
It's very Rebecca's, I mean, I don't know. There's something wrong with her. She's not she's letting convicted murderers go. Then she blows up the mansion later. She doesn't tell anyone about this other I don't know. I think she's on Umbrella's payroll personally. There's something
Yeah.
off about her.
Yeah. Maybe we
Yeah.
need to watch the movies to get more
Yeah,
Rebecca.
we need more
Uh,
Rebecca lore.
yeah. I mean, we need it, but I don't want it.
I don't want it either. Yeah.
No,
Yeah. I mean,
sorry,
yeah,
Rebecca.
she, and we kind of alluded to it, but she sees the Spencer mansion. She's like, that must be that mansion Enrico is talking about. And I guess that's her motivation. She's trying to catch up with Enrico, but then
But
I,
like,
I guess she just ends up hiding in a closet for 12 hours until
yeah, that
Chris
doesn't
shows
make any
up.
sense.
Doesn't
She's
make any sense. And I don't know
cut
what happened to her weapons either. She
right.
doesn't have weapons with her.
She's like, let me just dump all my weapons.
Dump all her weapons and doesn't tell anyone about what
Right.
happened.
And canonically, at this point, I mean, she would be the most qualified person in that squad, right? She's
Yeah.
like, I dealt with all this shit like yesterday.
Yeah, but she doesn't do it.
No,
She's like my
she's,
friend at Target that wore his trainee name tag for
yeah,
10
yeah,
years. Yeah.
yeah.
So, oh,
Maybe that person's birth certificate, it's like Rudy Chambers. It's actually his name. He's like Rebecca's father.
he's Rebecca's father.
It's like my daughter is a video game
Is a
character.
yeah. I'm very proud of her. She was yeah, joined the Stars at 18 years old after graduating college. So yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's Resident Evil Zero.
Zero.
Yeah.
All right, so it's that time of the podcast where we get into wrap up
Yeah.
land.
Yeah. So we said a dangerous criminal uh on loose on the world, and then we Just trudged over to a new mansion.
Yeah. Well, I
Ready to
mean,
talk about what we learned.
I guess we don't know if he actually did that
Yeah,
stuff.
I guess we as players know that he probably didn't, but Rebecca just kind
Yeah,
of
she's
assumed. Yeah.
yeah, because he didn't with that flashback, he didn't explain it to her, right?
No. Yeah, he just kind of trailed off.
Right.
Which, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, hopefully he's fine. We never see
Hopefully
him again, so
that's true. Yeah. Even though, as I've mentioned before in this podcast, I feel like people kind of clamor for his return.
yeah,
And that's
yeah,
weird.
it's strange to me. But well, we'll get into it. Maybe we'll see more Billy in the not too distant future. But as far as overall thoughts, I didn't hate this game, but I think it's the weakest by a considerable margin so far.
I would agree with that,
Mhm.
except I did really dislike it.
Yeah, I think
I
you did.
really disliked it. This is like a 3 out of 10 for me.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's that. It's just so frustrating. It
Yeah.
just saps the fun for me, like a leech.
Yeah. It's thematic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be more like 6 out of 10, 6.5. I like the atmosphere of the game overall. I didn't like the story.
Yeah.
There was some specific parts of it that I enjoyed. Mostly when the characters were split up. I didn't think the dual zapping system worked very well, personally.
No.
I mean,
And
technically it was impressive, but I thought it was less fun than just controlling one character,
I
the
think
classic horror game formula. So
to be generous, I think that you could make an argument that the zapping system walked so that RE5's co-op could run.
yeah, I guess we'll see when we get to RE5 if we think that's a worthwhile endeavor or
Well,
not.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, yeah, I guess run to where, right?
yeah, right.
So yeah, I mean, I will give them credit. They tried some new things. They took some risks, right? The zapping system, the lack of an item box, which was a flop, I think, but they tried to mix it up.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah.
I just think prequels are also
They're tough to
generally
pull off.
not very
Yeah,
good.
people don't like them.
No,
And
like
usually for good reason.
right, because you know what
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah, it's usually too and there's not like a ton of fan service in this one, but it doesn't feel like it like I didn't feel like I had a better grasp of the Resident Evil universe after watching this. I mean, I guess we have Marcus introduced, but I wasn't like, oh, I finally understand Wesker and Birkin better. Like,
Right,
yeah.
right. It feels
Like Birkin specifically kind of changed his character in a way that I almost didn't like. Like I kind of liked him
mm,
as the just sort of like obsessive nerdy guy as more of like the scheming Machiavellian character.
right, who plans assassinations. It's
Yeah.
like, what?
So yeah, I don't know. I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it felt like to me, at least from a narrative perspective, that feels like an inessential prequel. It's like to me, a prequel, like you need a good reason
inessential
to
is a good
do
word
it.
for it.
But like what's the reason? Like you said, things I don't have a recontextualized understanding of things. I don't really understand things better in a way that makes the remake pop more.
Yeah.
It just doesn't hit the mark for me on that.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's kind of sad that, we kind of lose this, but this is the last of this, classic RE style of games that we got. And it just kind of goes out with a shrug.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So
It
that's kind of a
does.
bummer in some ways, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as far as the legacy of the game goes, so it did review very well at the time. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
it was positive overall, but it was a little disappointing for an RE title. The Metacritic stands an 83 out of 100.
Wow, that's
So
high.
overall good,
That's high.
but we talked about like Code Veronica even, which isn't a favorite nowadays, is like a 90.
Yeah.
Yeah, the EGM review was a 8, an 8, and a 9 out of 10. And they had, kind of similar complaints to what we had, where it's,
Hmm.
the difficulty, the kind of characters aren't super compelling. They're just nothing,
Yeah.
it kind of seemed to have a lot of emphasis put on the sound design, which is, to be fair, really good, and
Yep.
the
Yep.
graphics, which for the time were very, very good. Famitsu Review, the Japanese gaming magazine that we reference a lot, 38 out of 40.
Hmm.
That's very high.
Pretty,
Gives it
pretty
got,
good. Yeah.
yeah,
Pretty
two
good.
tens and two nines.
Huh. Wow. Tens. Holy cow.
Yep, yeah. So it's a good atmosphere, but people felt the formula was wearing a little thin, and opinions were pretty split on the new mechanics. So
Right.
some
Right.
people like the no item box, some people hated it. Some people like the two characters, some people hated it. The public was not super enamored with it. It sold 1.25 million on the GameCube,
Yeah.
so lower than the remake, which the remake was already disappointing, and this game had to production-wise cost much more than the remake. So I
Right.
have to imagine Capcom was pretty disappointed by it.
Right.
Yeah, and again contributed to RE4, which we'll talk about, next time, being much more action focused, and then I'm kind of switching up the formula. So
Yeah. Yeah. It really, I mean, I think so. Recording this podcast has kind of helped me better understand the production and history of the games. So in some
4
ways,
years
like,
they were working on this thing, 4 years
right,
plus, which is
right,
kind
yeah.
of nuts.
But I think four came at like just the right time, right? Like, because I'm just thinking like, to what extent did they have the release order planned for like, right? Nemesis was in the works, Code Veronica, what would
Mm-mm.
become four, Zero, Remake. So like, whether by, luck or fortune or planning, like four after Zero was, I think, a really important
Yeah, it was very much like
sequencing.
a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah, so
You
yeah, but
know,
I mean, it was well thought enough where it did get a remaster, which was the version we played. So that was a HD remaster released in 2016, which sold 2.8 million copies. So you have to imagine that would be considered a
yeah,
success for at the time 14, 15-year-old game. It also had a Wii port in 2008, just like the remake did.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I
Um,
checked, are you familiar with Backlogged, the video game rating website?
I'm still on Groovy from like 10
Okay.
years ago.
Yeah, I kind of got off Groovy. Um, but Backlog is basically like I don't know if it's the same company or if they just copied it, but it's basically Letterbox,
Oh,
except
cool.
for video games.
Cool.
But it has a 3.2. So that's maybe more of a
Hmm.
snapshot of what people think of it now, which I think is
Okay.
fair for me. It's kind of,
Sure. Sure.
yeah, people, if you like RE, it's worth playing, but it's definitely not, if you're somebody that struggles with these games, like a younger person, somebody that grew up with them, I would not recommend going back to this one. I think you're
No,
really frustrated.
no, I would say it's for diehards, really.
Yeah, yeah. Completionist,
Yeah, masochists.
masochist,
Um,
yeah,
yeah,
sadist.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you're in a hardcore BDSM relationship, your dom can force you to play this game. That can be
oh, yeah,
punishment. Yeah.
yeah.
So
While there's leeches on you.
yeah, there's leeches. Yeah, doing stuff
Yeah.
too. So
Um, you want to, for superlatives, do you want to do, I have a suggestion for a new format.
I love it. Tell me.
Okay. Well, maybe you will, maybe not. It's like a fill in the blank, right?
Oh, okay.
So it's like
Ad libs.
yeah, you're gonna give me a superlative and I'll give you a superlative and I'll be like, Keith's favorite character is, and then you'll fill it in.
Okay.
You seem
Do you want to
less
start?
you seem less sure about it now than you were, but that's okay.
Your favorite Rebecca outfit is
Oh, I mean,
the cowgirl.
I guess you could throw in something like that if you wanted to, Um, yeah.
All right, you start.
Okay, all right. The best character in Resident Evil Zero is
Uh, oh, that's tough. I don't like really any of them. Um, Enrico,
ooh, wow.
maybe. Well, who else do we have to choose from? I guess maybe Wesker. Wesker's kind of fun. I'll say Wesker.
We'll say
Wesker's the best
Wesker.
character.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. I
yeah.
would
I like when he
say
says that's irrelevant. I don't know why that just cracked me up because it was very relevant. But he's just like that's irrelevant.
I feel like nobody has probably given that answer to like about this game. They're like, I love the line reading of that's
Yeah,
irrelevant. You're like, amazing, amazing
yeah.
work. I think if I had to, I mean, it's the best and worst character, so I'm going to answer my own question. Like the Queen Leech, I'm just like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just like it's nonsensical, it's bizarre, it's very anime, it's very, it's just like, what is happening here?
Yeah. So when you say the Queen Leech, you're including like the young version of Marcus in there.
Yeah,
Yeah, the singing in the rain and wearing his
right.
robes.
That
Yeah.
does make it sound very like the musical, but
Yeah, yeah.
but I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. He was literally singing in the rain.
He was, yeah. He wasn't singing in the rain with like a
Yeah.
Technicolor raincoat.
He was all lowercase singing in the rain.
He
Yeah.
he was not hanging out with Debbie Reynolds.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right, right,
Nor was he with the Clockwork Orange fellas beating up the
right.
guy.
The
Yeah.
Droogs,
Yeah, the Droogs, that's what they're called.
right.
Yeah.
And the
That's what I always think
Clockwork,
of when I hear singing in the rain. But
yeah.
yeah, I forgot what they called their little gang. I was like, the Clockwork Orange bunch. That's what they're called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Side
The
note,
Clockwork Orange
apparent
4.
I did not see this movie because I heard it was garbage, but the Space Jam sequel, like just Warner Brothers packed all their IP into it.
Oh,
And I
okay.
guess like the Droogs were in it.
Really?
Yeah, and it's like I
Oh,
wouldn't have them even as like it's like a cameo, right? But it's like I wouldn't have a gang of rapists cameo in a kids movie.
yeah, that's bizarre. Like, what could
Yeah.
be? I guess that was one of those things where it's like, we're gonna put this in there for the grown-ups, but yeah, imagine if your your kid's like, who are those guys? You're like, well,
Yeah. It's like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
weird.
You,
Okay, you
you
want to
like
give
milk, right? Well, imagine if your milk also got you drunk slash stoned, and then you uh, assaulted a woman to death,
yeah.
and
Did
then,
I
yeah,
did I
yeah.
tell you I tried so I knew that it was controversial, but I didn't know why. And so I mean DVDs are back for me, but I back when I had a laptop and a with a disc player, I started watching Clockwork Orange on an airplane.
Oh,
And then
that's
I was
rough.
like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. I
Like,
was
oh,
like, I'm gonna turn this off.
yeah.
Yeah. So, do you want to give me a superlative?
I do, yeah. But it's awkward sometimes when people are watching something on the airplane. I was sitting behind somebody, they were watching Game of Thrones. This was a while ago, but like a particularly like violent sexual episode. I was kind of like, we're on an
Yeah.
airplane. I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
It's like,
like that'd be approved, but it's kind of like, I don't know,
it's like
maybe.
this is a public space,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. There's
Like,
kids hanging out and yeah, blood and whatever.
yeah,
But, yeah,
yeah,
but yeah, that's so much Clockwork Orange. I actually saw it in the theater for like a kind of like a I forget it was the anniversary or just special showing. And I hadn't seen it. I've seen it like many times, but yeah, watching it again, it's still like, oh my God, this is really this is a lot.
yeah. It
Yeah,
is.
it's really really upsetting. But
The Wendy Carlos score is incredible,
Wendy Carlos was really good. Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, she does a really nice job. Yeah, the
Yeah,
score really. And I mean it's a great movie. I love the movie, but yeah, it's really you can see why it was banned in several countries. You're like, holy shit.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's a lot.
Yeah. So well, Logan, the
I
best
feel like I'm gonna get
area
scolded.
in the game is
Oh, okay. So I am gonna say the train.
yeah, that's
You
agreed.
know, I think it's the most iconic.
Hmm.
I don't think it makes a lot of sense, right? Like we talked about, it's like why is everybody like why is this an old-timey train? And why are
Yeah.
people dressed like they're going to Chicago in the 30s or
Yeah.
something? You
Everybody's in like
know?
ball gowns and three-piece
Yeah.
suits. Yeah, it's very
Yeah, it's
weird.
really weird.
Yeah.
But like I like it in theory. In practice, it was fine. It was fine. I don't think it was offensive,
Yeah.
you know. So yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I like the train too. And interesting, it's like the only area that's new. Everything else is kind of like we've been to mansions before,
yeah.
we've been in sewers before, we've been in factories before, we've been in labs before. So maybe
Yeah.
that's it. Maybe I was just hungering for something new out of this game and not
Yeah.
getting it after the train sequence.
That's true. Yeah.
Yep.
How about this one? What is This is a pseudo superlative. If you had to bring one aspect of this game back for the next mainline RE installment, what would it be?
Uh, that's kind of tough because the games now are so different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
It could be an enemy. It could be a mechanic.
Yeah. The Leech. I like the Leech enemies. I thought they were creepy.
Okay, yeah, the
Yeah.
the squiggle guys.
Yeah. Bring little squiggly guys back.
Yeah, they're like the
Yeah.
inflatable tube man outside car dealerships.
Yeah, a little bit. I guess the molded in RE7 are sort of the same. I don't know. They're kind of wet looking, like the leeches are.
Yeah, they're kind of like and like very striated.
Squelchy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's interesting. I hadn't made that connection. Yeah, the molded are weird, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
It's just like, have you ever wanted to just shotgun sentient mold before? It's like, no,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Did you have a favorite boss? I kind of didn't, honestly. I mean, I
Well,
guess I had least favorite boss. So
who
the
is
other
your
ones are
the bat?
the bat was maybe the worst boss in the series.
Yeah, the bat was it was bad. I mean, the scorpion was bad too.
Yeah. The Scorpion was bad, but it wasn't as frustrating as the bat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess by default, the Leech Queen,
Yeah. Yeah,
you
honestly, the Leech Queen
know,
was not a bad final boss fight.
no, it was
Yeah.
okay.
I
It
liked
was
it.
okay. I guess like, and we didn't get super into this, and maybe we don't have to, but I am curious, like, what was the Leech Queen's goal? Like, it was Marcus's goal, or did she have her own goal?
It seemed like it started with Marcus's goal and then it switched over to Leech Queen when he started vomiting up the leeches and turned it into the big monster.
Yeah, I guess it was
Yeah.
just like world domination.
Yeah, which is and that's another like issue with this game and why I feel like it doesn't work. And we've alluded this throughout, but like there's no like the Leech Queen and Marcus don't really have any issue with Billy and Rebecca. Like it feels very
No,
tacked on if they're just like, oh, you're trespassing.
right,
Yeah, but
right,
it's like why they could just let them go, you know.
right. Because like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like the Leech Queen is antagonizing Rebecca and Billy, but Rebecca and Billy don't need to defeat the Leech Queen to accomplish their goals. They just need to escape.
Yeah, they just need to escape. So I guess they're killing Leech Queen because it, yeah, like you said, it was maybe going to take over the world and be an
I
evil thing.
guess, but it was not really clear how.
Yeah, and also they didn't do anything like too fancy to kill it. Like they kind of just like you can't even go in the sunlight. So I don't think it would have made it very far.
Right, yeah,
Its
like
goal of world domination.
right. One evening at a time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not even like the like Veronica used the special laser that's specifically designed to kill Veronica. And this
Yeah.
one you just shoot it with like a normal gun. It
Right.
dies. So it's
Right.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, you
Yeah,
can't
it's a little
even
bit of a downgrade, huh?
yeah. Yeah, you
Yeah.
couldn't even kill like uh a bad police officer on her first assignment and like a Delta Force guy bested you. So I don't think
Yeah,
we would have done well against, like the US military or
that's
anything
true.
like that. So
That's
yeah.
true. Yeah. What about this is again a pseudo superlative um nightmare blunt rotation for characters from this game.
I mean, Leech Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of very self-aggrandizing.
Yeah. Plus
Have all his plans.
if you're stoned, that's really not going to be fun.
Yeah, it'd be scary too. So yeah. So that would be bad. Hmm.
It's got to be Billy, right? Like he's just kind of
Yeah.
unpleasant and off-putting.
Yeah, Billy would be in there. I feel like I've known some Billies in my life, like guys I went to high school with, and
Hmm.
yeah, they'd be rough. Rebecca might be fun.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah,
A very different
yeah,
energy.
yeah. So, but yeah. Sorry, I can't think of anything else to say about superlatives. I didn't prepare.
Yeah, that's okay. I
Yeah.
didn't either.
Anything else you want
I'm
to
just kidding.
say?
I workshop these for hours.
Yeah.
It's like
Uh,
yeah, well let's maybe talk about the I think the last item I have is like the rumors of a remake and I don't
yeah.
understand it.
Yeah, so it's very heavily rumored to be on the slate to be remade. By the time this episode comes out, we might have more light shed on that, much like it was shed on Leech Queen.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the kind of biggest smoking gun I saw, I mean, besides kind of leaks from, people that have a good track record of leaking Resident Evil things, there was a voice actor slash mocap
Okay.
actor. Yeah, and he put something on his resume that he was working on like a project Chamber. And then
Oh.
people were speculating that that might be like a code name for Resident Evil Zero, and then he deleted it. So
Hmm.
it was kind of interesting, like little theory where people were
Oh, that's
noticing that.
interesting.
But yeah, we might get a remake at some point. It wouldn't surprise me if we got one. I'd be interested to see what they do. I feel like they'd maybe. It's weird because co-op games aren't really as much of a thing as they were, at least not
Right.
two-person co-op games. So I don't know if
Right.
they'd stick to that same system or they do it more where almost like they did Requiem, where here's a sequence where you play as Billy, here's a sequence where you play as Rebecca, and there may be like it won't be fully stealth as Rebecca, probably the same way as was as Grace, but maybe like slightly different
Yeah. I do
different play
think
styles.
I think that's probably right. I think
Yeah.
that's they now have a template for a kind of dual character setup that I think people responded well to with Requiem. So I could see them doing that. And it would allow them to further differentiate Rebecca and Billy beside what they did in this game, which was
Yeah,
Billy
just make
can't mix
Rebecca worse.
herbs.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
cool, great. You know, can't put the green,
Rebecca dies all the time.
yeah, the green sticky and the red sticky.
Yeah, he can't do it. Maybe he's
Yeah,
colorblind.
maybe, but don't you think you
Yeah.
would eventually just like figure it out? Like you'd be like, well, I'm still putting them together.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Because you can mix like a green and green. You just could mix like a
Right,
red and red.
right. Yeah.
So yeah.
He's just like trying to mix like a yellow and a yellow.
Yeah.
He's just like, why isn't this working?
Yeah.
Um, I I mean, so I wouldn't be surprised if we got a Zero remake. I don't know who wants that.
Yeah, I feel like this game, like there's hardcore fans of Code Veronica. I don't really see a lot of hardcore fans of Zero. I'm sure they exist, but yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like they do Veronica first and see how it did before
I
they did
yeah,
Zero. Yeah.
I think so. I think so. And I'm just reading a little bit about the rumors that you mentioned. And so um apparently the one of the rumors is that the game has online co-op and partner zapping, which I'm like, that seems like a bad
Yeah.
idea.
I don't know. I don't feel, again, I don't know if people want that in
I don't think so. Yeah.
for a Resident Evil game in 2026. Yeah, like if you want that kind of game, there's lots of those out there for you. Whereas I
Right.
don't know the crossover of like the RE fan base with wanting a online multiplayer game.
Right. And I think like, I mean, as a side note, right, Capcom has tried to do online Resident Evil stuff, multiplayer over the years, and none of it is stuck.
No, it really hasn't. Yeah, it hasn't been. They haven't been like super well received at least.
No, because there was like Resident Evil, what was it called? Like Resident Evil Renovation? No, I'm just kidding.
There
Resistance
was the Resistance. Yeah,
and then Reverse.
yeah. An Outbreak. Outbreak was a multiplayer online
Right,
one.
right. Which people I
Yeah.
do see
So
clamoring for an
yeah.
Outbreak
So
remake.
yeah, I could see them doing something like that. So yeah. I mean, as of day, Capcom, they have a really strong franchise, and I think they're going to try to maximize it and make the most money they can, especially because it probably will be, 3, 4, 5 years before we get another brand new uh, RE game.
A
So I could see
mainline.
some remakes and side projects as kind of ties over in the meantime type of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I do think,
Before we get whatever Resident Evil 10 is going to wind up being.
yeah, I mean, I do think that they're running out of obvious candidates, right? Like I think each possible
Yeah.
remake direction they could go in has like baggage, right? Or an issue. Like you could remake the original Resident Evil again. You could remake Zero, right? You could remake Code Veronica. You could remake Five, but then you have like a lot of the racist shit to deal with. You could remake six,
Yeah.
but people didn't like six. So it's like what it's not really clear. Whereas like I think before it was like two makes sense, three makes sense, four makes sense. Now it's like, who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, they kind of did already did like the fan favorites that people were really clamoring for. So yeah. So we
Yeah.
will we'll see what happens. Yeah.
We
But
will see
whatever
what
happens,
happens.
whatever happens, your friends here at Hot Zombie Summer, we'll be here to cover it.
We will cover it like white on rice.
So yeah. So but yeah, that was our series on Resident Evil Zero. So hopefully you had fun. If you like this sort of thing, go ahead and subscribe in your favorite podcast app. Give us a like, give us a rating, reach out to us on social media, follow us on social media, do all that fun stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
do it all.
do it all.
Do
And
it all.
then the next game in our series, I'm very excited about because we're gonna jump into Resident Evil 4.
That was my excitement noise.
Yeah.
It's what I do when I'm stoked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah. No, I'm very excited to talk about four. It's such, I mean, I would say, do you think it's an understatement to say this is probably one of the most important video games of all time?
I think it's hard to overstate that because
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, yeah, you talk about just seminal games and games that really were super, super influential. And it's funny because we were arguing before, but it came back around almost because the first Resident Evil was, super influential and basically invented a genre.
Yeah.
And then four really I mean, it didn't invent like a third person shooter, obviously, but it really sort of cracked the code and set the
Yeah.
template for what those games would be for the next decade.
Right. Over the shoulder. It's like, yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, it's a really sweet spot for me in terms of action and tone and set pieces and gameplay. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that one.
Yep, yeah. I'm looking forward to it as well, and you can check that out in 2 weeks from the time you listen to this, and you can find it right here on
Hot
Hot
zombie
Zombie Summer.
summer. Wow, we were like really out of sync on that one.
Yeah, well, that was pretty bad, but
Yeah,
that's okay.
but yeah, yeah, yeah. Progress is not linear.
Progress not linear. We got to work in our zapping system.
That's right. Are we
That's
zapping
the problem.
consciousness?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So
All
anyway,
right.
all
Yeah.
right.
Cool. See y'all.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
All right, that was another episode of Hot Zombie Summer, and we'll be back in a few weeks.
And in the meantime, check us out on Apple, Spotify, or wherever else you get your podcasts. And be sure to follow us on Instagram and Blue Sky at Hot Zombie Summer Pod, all one word.
So until next time, don't be a Jill sandwich.